Hello, good morning, and welcome to this late morning taste challenge. We have two 80 proof Caribbean gold rums, Puerto Rican gold rums to be specific, from the United States Commonwealth of Puerto Rico. Here is the Bacardi Reserva Ocho, rare gold rum, not really that rare. The youngest rum here was barreled in 2010, so that means it's a 2018 bottle. I bought this in 2018. Now, it normally sells for about 28 to $30. You might find it $25, but it's unlikely. And I got it for $17.50 with the cedar wood, glass, and brass snaps case. But anyway, that was a great deal at Walmart. 50% off. Bacardi Reserva Ocho, the youngest the youngest rum in this blend is 8 years old. And this was they say it's based on an old recipe, the family reserve. Based on it, not the same recipe. Okay, the competitor is Don Q Gold. This company was founded 3 years later, 1865. Now, Bacardi was founded in Cuba, but they had to flee to Puerto Rico in 1960 due to a communist takeover. But there's Don Q Gold, aged 1.5 to 5 years. The youngest rum in here is 1.5 years old. The oldest rum is 5. And they've only been selling in the United States since 2006. They had sold it in the United States years ago, but something had happened in the 1970s and it disappeared from our market. But now it's back for the last 16 years. So the Don Q got a great deal on this, $13.99 for this glass, no plastic here, glass handle bottle, heavy glass handle bottle, 1,750 milliliters. So when you buy these, you're getting a liter and a regular size, a fifth, a 750 together. Okay, so you get a liter and a 750 together. And this was $13.99. What a great value. What a great deal. Thank you, Dorgnac's food store, Dorgnac's food store, Metairie, Louisiana. And I bought this at Walmart. I mean, Walmart sells this right. They got it on the shelves right now. And it's one of the, just like the Don Q, it's one of the rums of Puerto Rico. Rubberized cap, neoprene, just like at the bottom of shoe soles. Thank you, DuPont. EI DuPont Demers Chemical Company. For that soft, spongy rubber. Neoprene. Wooden cap, bottled in Jacksonville, Florida. Florida, Spanish territory, East and West Florida. I was born in the West Florida area of Louisiana, but Florida was a Spanish territory, Puerto Rico was a Spanish territory, and Cuba was a Spanish territory at different points during the 1800s. As late as 1898. Now, one thing we'll notice is that the Don Q is very light, like straw. So you would get the impression that they're not adding coloring. The Bacardi Reserva Ocho, the 8-year, is a lot darker, but then it was aged 8 years. So did it get the color from aging for 8 years? It's possible, but it's probably have caramel color added. Panthers rule says, you, Bubba. Same to you. So I would have done this an hour earlier, but I had to go to a visitation, at a funeral. One of our past Grand Knights was killed Saturday night, Sunday morning in a motorcycle wreck. 67 years old. These motorcycles, they're pretty and they sound nice, but they're so dangerous, I never rode on a motorbike. I don't want to ride on one. I got hurt riding on a bicycle once, crashing, so. But I wasn't going 80 miles an hour either, or 70. It's really a shame. I felt bad for saying, oh no, rest in peace, my friend got paralyzed on a motorcycle. Yeah, My father used to always say, I can't stand motorbikes, because he knew so many people over the years that got killed on them thinking things. Helmet or no helmet, got no protection. But anyway, this is not if you want to ride motorbikes, it's fine with me. I have a libertarian mindset, more or less. So when you take the free market approach, you say, yeah, ride it if you want. But there are dangers. Okay. One more time. Oh, this is very rich and sweet. My friend David doesn't like rum. He says, too sweet, it's too sweet. I said, well, it is made out of sugar. And if you don't like it, well, that's fine too. You don't have to like rum. There's no rule that says you have to like rum. I never even tried rum till a few years ago. And I was wondering what it'll taste like. But I knew it was made from molasses. So I figured, oh, it tastes sweet. Yeah, it does. Sugar based. Yeah, it smells really nice. Oh, very nice. Red beans and rice, they're very nice. Heat order twice. This smells more wood, and it smells like it's going to have a drier flavor. I can taste the sweetness on my tongue from the fumes, though. On aroma, I can't say which is which, though. I gotta say, I can't tell. I always like all these rums I have. They're all good, so it's a tough job, Taste. Well, what a day outside! So pretty, no clouds. Yeah, sweet molasses, almost like honey, Wood, white oak, a little bit of char, mellow, mild, no bite, smooth. You're not supposed to say smooth. I read that. I'll say whatever I want. A smooth, mild, and mellow. Mellow. Mm. Much richer. A deep flavor. Charred oak. Charcoal. Creme brulee. Deep. Sugary, sweet. Rummy. A rummy flavored rum. And that's something. An extreme depth of flavor. It must be the 8-year-old. No bite, no harshness, mellow and mild. But it's so exquisite. Can't be the Don Q. Now, I like Don Q now. I was so delighted to try the Cristal, the silver label, the blue and white, the silver. Oh, that was dynamite. Lovely white rum, a fantastic white rum. The gold, equally wonderful in its own way, in its oro way, as opposed to the plata. But there's a reason it's $12.99, and there's a reason that the Bacardi Reserva Ocho is $30. Maybe even 90. Maybe it's only $12. Maybe it's $11.99. So, is there a reason there's an $18 difference? Oh, there's a reason. This is an 8-year age. The other one's 1 to 5, 1.5 to 5. No knock against it. Is it worth the $30? Oh, what? Of course it's worth it. Like I say, you might find it on sale for $27, $28. I doubt it, but you might. Oh. So rich, so complex, so incredible. I can see why the family was sipping on this in private for all those years, but they finally released a mimic, I guess a mimic of it, or an approximation of it a few years ago. I guess as early as 2010. Well, no, that's when they put it in the barrel. Never mind. Could there be older rums in this? Yes, but you have to go with the age of the youngest rum, and the youngest rum is 8 years. It wouldn't matter if it was 108. If the youngest is 8, you got to call it an 8 year. I'm glad. Hey, I'd have paid 30, theoretically at least. I didn't pay 30 though, but I paid $17.50. If you don't count the cedar chest that it came with, with the humidor, the cedar chest, the brass snaps, and the glass front. If you count that, then this was less than $17.50. Even less than $17.50 that I paid. Thank you, Walmart. Oh, what a deal. My father told me, he said, I don't even drink anymore. He said, I don't even drink anymore, but no way you could pass that up, because I was telling him about it. He said, you got to buy it. a $50 gift set, and it's $35. What am I saying? It was a $70 gift set. The original price was $70. A $70 gift set, and they were closing it out right after Christmas for $35. He's like, you got to buy it. I bought it. He said, what do you think? I said, I can see why they charge so much. Here it is, Bacardi. No doubt. I told you I wouldn't get it wrong. Not gonna happen. All right, let's look at the comments. My father owned 2 bikes. You mean TWO bikes, number 2, in his lifetime, and he's still alive. They always scared the heck out of me. I love rum, dark rum, that is. I like dark rum, amber rum, and I like white rum. I like the clear rum, but I prefer the dark too, you see. Leviathan said, I lived in Puerto Rico for about a year before the hurricane, drank way too much rum the entire time, laughing out loud. Well, that's not a good idea. Yeah, it's good, cheap, and readily available, like very nice rum everywhere for very good price. Oh, you mean in Puerto Rico, you can get really cheap rum for low, low, low? Oh, I like that price. I bought one from Puerto Rico called Palo Viejo. I'd never heard of Palo Viejo before. I saw the silver one. I bought it in Baton Rouge, a whole liter for $6.99. And people from Puerto Rico were like, oh man, everybody drinks that down in Puerto Rico, especially old men. And he said, you'll go and see people playing dominoes. They're like 70 years old to be drinking Palo Viejo. He said, that's like a legendary product in Puerto Rico. I said, well, it's unknown in the United States, basically. But I found the bottle, and I was so excited. And that stuff's good, man. I'd love to find a Palo Viejo Gold. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Puerto Rico does have some nice rum, says Panthers Rule. Rifkin JO2 says, cheers, Jay. Cheers to you. Bam Bam Douglas says, hey, y'all, Jay, I saw the review with your daughter. Oh, thank you. Yeah, she was feeling bad. She said her head was hurting, but then after she drank that 12.2, we split it 12.2% bourbon barrel age quad. She said, oh man, this stuff's so good. I said, yeah, it probably helps the headache. It's sort of like medicinal, the alcohol. But then we did that tequila Paloma from Ranch Water, an authentic Ranch Rider. Sorry, it's the company's Ranch Rider, but it's not some beer-based thing. It's an actual cocktail made with real tequila. And she was like, man, this stuff is great. I said, yeah, and the price I paid for the 6-pack was greater. Only paid $5. But the original price was $18.99. What a deal. Thank you, Walmart. $18.99, they were selling it for $5. Oh, well, I got to drink it, but she wanted to take one home. She said, let me take that Ranch Rider margarita home. I was reluctant, but I said, okay. Then she told me that stuff was so good. I said, I told you that. Okay, the winner. Can't talk about the price here. You just can't. The price doesn't matter. Yeah, it's $18 more per bottle, but yeah, it's $18 better. So, final question. Is the Don Q Gold worth buying? It certainly is. It's a very nice product, especially if you can get a handle like I did at Dorignac's for $13.99, which is almost unbelievable, really, when you think about it. Nearly unbelievable. But I know it's believable because I bought it. And I bought this one in the silver. I actually bought the Cristal first. I bought the Cristal first. And then it kept bothering me for like 2 weeks. I was like, man, you're going to feel so stupid next time you go to DoorDash and it's like $18.99, which it is now, or more. I was like, I know, I'm saying this to myself. I got to do it. So I went back and I bought the gold. So it's a winner in its own level, at its own level, you know what I mean, the $12 to $15 a bottle, $12 to $15 per bottle level. Good price, good deal, good quality, can't go wrong. Now, if you accuse me of staging a mismatch, I would agree. I'd say it is a mismatch. It's not really fair to take a regular old, if you want to say run of the mill, I don't like to use the terms like that, rum, gold rum, and then you're putting it up against an 8-year-old $30 bottle above premium rum, not super premium, but above premium. It's not really a fair challenge. But then we're saying that up front. We're saying, look, it's not really a fair challenge. It's a bit of a mismatch, but we're going to still do the blind taste test with that taken into consideration. And I think when you do that, it is fair in a sense. At least it's accurate, you know. Oh man. I think it's better than the 10-year. I don't know why it just is. So could you ever confuse Bacardi Reserva Ocho with Don Q Gold? And the answer is no way. And honestly, you're never going to confuse it with any of these 10 to 12 to 14, $15 bottles. It's not going to happen. You're not going to confuse it unless you just have no ability to taste things, which some people say I have a physiological problem. I cannot taste things. Well, yeah, I mean, that's an anomaly. But with a normal sense of taste, no way you're going to confuse them. No way. It's not going to happen. So now when I do Saturday morning, the next one we'll do is Saturday because this counts for Friday. Saturday is probably even a worse mismatch. It's the Grand Reserva Diaz, the 10-year-old, a $40 bottle. Now we're jumping up $10. A $40 bottle. Well, you say, oh, I saw it somewhere for $37.99. Okay, yeah, that you could find that. But generally, it's going to be about $40 versus a $12 bottle. So is that going to be a real challenge? It's not going to be a real challenge. It's not going to be much of a challenge. But we'll see. You know, we'll go through the progression. You say, oh, and then you said Sunday you were going to do Appleton Estate Signature Edition. That's not really a fair challenge. No, because it's a $20 bottle, maybe 18 if you're lucky, but most likely you pay 20. Versus the Don Q Gold. Even less likely I could get them confused because Appleton Estate is unique. Nothing tastes like it. You say, well, it's Jamaican rum. They do things different in Jamaica. Apparently they do. Apparently so, because it blew me away. When I first tried Appleton Estate Signature Edition, I was shocked. You know, I was like, oh, this is incredible. It is unreal. And that's their base model, their standard edition. Can you imagine what their mid-range and their upper range tastes like? It must just be, you might just say, I must be dreaming. I can't be tasting this for real. This must be a dream. This is no dream. This is really happening, you know, so you can't believe it. So Appleton Estate, that's not going to be fair. Now, when I do all the regular rums that I've got, that I was looking in the cabinet today, yeah, that'll be a real challenge. Now, those will bring my average down. Right now, I'm riding high, been getting them right all the time. But when I start bringing in those ordinary gold rums, yeah, it's going to kill my average. Probably get half of them wrong, you know. I haven't even drunk I'm sorry, I can't read right. I haven't even drank anything in over a month, but Thanksgiving is when I will resume. People tend to get a little over exuberant during Thanksgiving, I think. Half a gallon of Canadian Club, so I'm set for the holidays. Oh, Canadian Club, that's a jewel. That thing. 5-year age. Used to be 6, but they dropped it to 5. Still nice. Wicked Brews says cheers. Cheers to you. All right, so that's it. Great taste challenge. Well, it was great because I got to taste 2 good rums, but it really wasn't much of a challenge, as you can see. But I still have 40% left to drink out of this bottle, and that is 40% of awesomeness. Awesomeness. That is a bottle of awesomeness. Oh, I did take care of the 60% of it. Don Q Gold, not awesome, but it sure is nice. Look at that big bottle of Yum Yum. Look, wouldn't you love to buy this big bottle of Yum Yum for $13.99? And you can get the regular size bottle for $12. I know I did. Oh, yes.